We live?
We are almost live. We're probably live. We're usually live before this says connected.
I don't understand why there's such a delay on that.
It's always the same thing. All right, now it says officially connected.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, baby.
Check here. Hello, my love.
I need a shave. My face is itchy.
You look sexy, though.
Mustache is tickling my lip. And the hairs in my neck are a little too long. And they're itchy.
Let me make sure, because
Not as itchy as my arm, but itchy enough.
Itchy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Itchy enough. La, 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 la. So, how are you feeling this morning, my darling?
In what way?
I don't know. You choose.
Explain
you pick.
yourself. What are you checking on your phone?
I'm checking. Remember,
It's
but I have to make it public on my page. I have to figure out.
So every time you do, you have to make it public?
Yes, because there's something happening behind the scenes in Facebook land that is not letting it go fully public from the beginning. Anyways, how's your tattoo doing?
It's fine. It's warm. Is what it feels like right now. It's a little warm and itchy. I got to send another picture
warm
to the
and
guy.
Itchy.
Just to confirm that everything's good. I can't wait to get the saran wrap off my skin.
I can imagine.
You know, because it's pretty much wrapped around my whole entire wrist. Forearm, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little...
It looks great. And that shirt you have on today is like perfect.
The shade of green?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to cue the music or are we just going to kind of hang out?
We're just going to hang out here.
Okay.
No.
I'm like, let's get the show on the road.
Let's do it.
Hello, friends.
Welcome to The Couple Shift.
I'm Maria Leandra.
And I'm Jules.
And we are a husband and wife team on a mission to shift the way we live our lives and co-create what really matters.
We don't always agree, but together we're figuring it out.
Thank you for joining us. We're so glad you're here. By the way, if you do...
Okay.
That just happened.
Someone at the door?
We're going to do it live.
Hey, calm down, man. What's wrong with you?
Okay, she's not a man. And, you know.
she's not a man.
So if you are watching, if you're listening, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here.
That was so creepy. I'm sorry. It's like all of a sudden the dog goes crazy.
Scared the bejesus out of me. If you're watching on Facebook, say hi in the comments. Let us know. Let us know how you're liking the Couple Shift experience on Facebook. Thank you for the comments we've already received.
Yes.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, we'll be going on live on YouTube soon. We're just figuring that logistics out behind the scenes, but
make my life easier.
Pretty soon. Yes. So we are expanding into all the places, and it feels really thrilling. Again, we keep growing and growing.
So nobody's there. I don't know why she freaked out.
Yeah, she's very much on high alert right now, which is interesting. So
yeah, I just checked. Just checked the app. So she just freaked out for no reason. Sorry about that. But yes,
yeah,
exciting stuff.
Also,
riveting.
Also, we just opened on Facebook a page for the Couple Shift. So go check that out. We're not going on live there because when I went on.
It wasn't working?
We've got to upgrade our caster service to do more than 2 Facebook lives. So we might just have to...
Yeah, you can just take mine off. That's fine. I barely even use it, so it's okay.
Yeah, no. And we'll invite all our friends and family to go like the Couple Shift page on Facebook so that you can stay up to date on our adventures
on
there.
YouTube in case you don't...
And subscribe on YouTube.
And subscribe on where you get your podcast.
Right. And also follow us on Instagram for another layer of excitement. But I think that Facebook page is going to be good. By the way...
Tell me.
I have my own opinions about Facebook. I'm just going to put that out there. And I choose to put the message above, the message meaning the importance of sharing something above my feelings of Facebook. It feels important to say that.
So you're swallowing your pride on it to use
I am.
In a sense?
Hey, Tavo's watching. I see you, Tavo. Hi. Yes. Okay. I was off Facebook and Instagram for probably like 4 or 5 solid years. The people are like, "What do you mean you're not on social media?" And I was like, "Yeah, no." And then I launched my business, and I knew right before launching my coaching business that I was like, "Well, this is It's kind of a necessary
evil.
And I don't think you have to do it, like, don't get me wrong. You can absolutely build a business
without it.
And it really does help your reach, and not just from a, I want to market my business, but it's like people are hanging out in these spaces. So until there's something different, then here's where we get to hang out. So
yeah,
just,
I understand.
You know what I
saying.
mean.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because I was off it too for a long time. I didn't really care for it. But
yeah,
it's one of those things.
Yeah. So if you are watching, definitely like, heart, drop a little comment, little emoji, say, hey guys, I'm watching. I love it. And we know, you can't watch, maybe not watch the whole thing because, life is happening. But we appreciate that you're popping on here. And again, to those new subscribers we keep getting on the podcast all the time, thank you. Thank you. So cool. Are you ready to talk about the rise of the divine feminine?
Oh my God.
And the news you heard this morning, which further proves the rise of the divine feminine.
Okay, so I don't turn on the news.
Ever.
Like local news or whatever. And I had it on, and
it wasn't local news.
It wasn't local news at this
NBC,
point.
Right?
It was NBC Today or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And they came out. They showed a study. There was a couple studies. They talked about blood type being linked to the COVID, where certain blood types.
Did you just call it the COVID?
I did. I thought I said COVID, but
it sounded like the COVID.
The COVID,
perfect.
The 19, the SARS. Yeah, it's. What was interesting was they were saying that it was linked to they showed a possible link to blood types that people, I think it was type O and type B tended to either be asymptomatic or just, it wasn't as, it didn't hit them as hard versus type A and type AB blood, I believe it was, which is, I found interesting, but at the same time, it wasn't significant evidence of it. It's just like, and this is the problem. They come out with these small studies and all of a sudden the news media runs with it. And it's like, look at this. And then I was looking
for it. I was looking for because I wanted to bring it up. I was looking for the actual.
Yeah.
And there really
it's
aren't.
Not much. It's like one study out of Canada, whatever it was. And then they asked their doctor expert, and the guy's like, look, first of all, you can't do anything. Even if you have type O, it's not like, I'm going to go out there maskless and just because I won't get hurt.
Yeah.
No, that's not what they're saying. This is the problem.
I'm imagining all the typos out there going, yes!
Let me tell you, this is the problem because people in general deal with absolutes. So it's like, it's either yes or no. And this is not a yes or no thing. So, and then the other study which had a little bit more evidence. And I think this is just because of the statistics of the disease. What are you doing?
I'm lighting incense.
Oh, okay. Anyways, it showed that women tended to be...
Pay attention, everybody. Pay attention.
Women had a better immune response to COVID than men, tend to have a better immune response than men. And it was something about the way the active immunity works in women versus men. That's why that men seem to be the ones that having more trouble with it. And
I think the word you're looking for and that you used earlier is sophisticated. You said, oh, these people are saying that women may have a more sophisticated immune response to COVID. Rise of the divine feminine, full of the patriarchy. I blame the patriarchy.
You blame the patriarchy for your advanced immune system. Got it.
Well,
that makes sense.
Listen, this is what I explained to Jules this morning.
You should be thankful.
That makes no sense. This is what I explained to Jules this morning.
All right, go ahead.
Listen.
Go ahead. Drop some knowledge on people.
Drop some knowledge. That sounds like Hamilton. So here's the thing.
I'm going to give you a millisecond.
Just a millisecond. Rise of the divine. Look, the patriarchy has affected all of us. This is what I want to get clear. Jesus. The men and the women. This is not the guys did this to us. The patriarchy is a system of beliefs, patterns, conditioning that has been going on for thousands of years. And it is coming to a pivotal shifting point. And I found it hilarious. Oh my God, babe. I found it hilarious today. And so apropos, There's another big word
Oh,
for you.
big one.
Apropos. That literally there is, even if it's a whatever information is, when you said that women tend to have a more sophisticated immunological response to COVID, I was like, there it is. We
Okay.
keep rising.
Okay, but I think that's more of an.
It's not a competition.
It's not a competition, but I think that's more of an evolutionary advantage.
Okay, so we are highly,
But I think that makes sense.
more highly evolved than men. Is that what you're saying?
Because you got babies coming out of you, so I think it makes a little bit of sense that your immune system is a little bit more.
So we create it all, so we should have a more advanced body. I agree. We already have it. It's just maybe getting shown it's right like now, shown in the media.
All right. I'm so proud of you.
# down with the patriarchy.
Anyways.
So, yes.
Moving right along. What day are we on?
22?
22. 30
22
for 30.
is a good number.
Yeah.
22 is a master number.
Yeah.
It's a number of creation. By the way, every time...
Happy birthday to my buddy Danny.
Oh, happy birthday, Danny.
Birthday today. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. The 22 is a really good master number, and pretty much all day long, every time I look at the clock,
okay,
there's a really high chance that I will see the hour at the 22-minute mark. I 9:22, 10:22, 11:22. I cannot make this stuff up, people. I cannot make this stuff up. If you are seeing,
can I interrupt you for 1 second about this?
Whatever. Go ahead. Go burst. You know what?
It's
fine if you don't understand it. I'm not upset at you. I'm just more highly evolved.
Okay.
That's all that's happening here.
I just want to put a disclaimer out there.
Spiritual evolution.
I am not knocking my wife because she believes that as she looks at the clock, she tends to see that time. I'm not saying that because I've seen it happen, like the 11:11s, and you love that time. I want to make sure that people know that I don't necessarily see that as, what's the word I'm looking for here? Without,
I don't know.
I don't see the importance in that. I don't see the value, not the value.
You don't see the relevance?
The relevance. Maybe that's what it is. It's just like, oh, it's a coincidence, or, oh, that's what you're looking for, or, I don't know. So look at the clock right now.
9:56.
9:56. But
see, it doesn't work that way because you said, look at the clock right now. These are...
Oh, it has to be in the moment kind of deal?
These are just this very spontaneous, synchronistic, feels like a coincidence, but it's just
a lot of big words there.
I want to say hi to Ale.
Oh, okay.
Our beautiful sister-in-law.
I love how you totally changed.
Said, morning guys, keep rocking it. She's been such a, by the way, Ale, you have the distinction of being our very first subscriber on YouTube channel.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your support. We love you. And thanks for keeping, I was going to say Skyler. Thanks for keeping Enrique in line. My brother.
I mean, it's basically the same person.
Lara. Hi, Lara. Oh, my God. I'm so glad you're watching. Yay. Basically the same person.
As a little child.
Except Enrique's like super cool and chill.
Yeah, he doesn't freak out as much as Skyler does.
But Skyler is super cool and chill, too.
Yeah,
but the thing is, you know what the thing is?
They're both little boys.
They're both... No. And they're both incredibly wise. I got to tell you something. My brother, Enrique, has had this very deep wisdom from when he was very little. And I've always known it. It's just a fact. But Enrique, the way it shows up for him is way more quiet. And Skyler is like, he will say it. Literally, okay. Do you know, on Tuesday night, I'm having my weekly conversation with our therapist / spiritual counselor, Tom. Love you, Tom. And Skyler pops in at the end of the session, which, by the way, I had a really beautiful like chakra clearing session. It was like I was in tears at the end. It was incredible. And Skyler wanted to say goodnight, so he popped in. And I said, Skyler, this is Tom. And Tom was like, "Oh, hi, buddy," whatever. And then I said, Tom's the best, something like that. Like, Tom's the best. And Skyler goes, "No, I'm the best."
Yep.
That's Skyler. And he says it not because he's like a little like
cocky little kid. He just knows it as
he just knows
it's like,
it.
This is just a fact, buddy.
He's not saying it like it doesn't sound like he's cocky or being pretentious. He just like knows who he is. He goes, "No, I'm the best." And Tom's like, yes, that one's something else. Absolutely.
It definitely is something else.
Okay. What else?
Today's one of those days, right? I mean, today I feel like it's we have a little bit more an open. What's the word I'm looking for? It's just a little more open for us.
The conversation?
Well, I mean, in general, just the whole day itself.
The day.
Yeah, because we like nothing crazy scheduled. I mean, you have your usual things that you have. I think I'm actually a little bit more open today than I have been in the past couple days.
Yes, definitely.
So it's almost like you get to, when you have so many things going on, you can focus. You have a directive, I guess. And then now today, I feel like it's so open. It's like when they release an animal right into the wild and it doesn't want to leave that little cage for a moment.
Yeah.
It's almost like I'm looking outside. I'm like, oh, Jesus, there's a lot to do here.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? So yeah, it feels a lot more open today, a lot more free. And that seems a little bit like, well, what do we do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wanted to, and I was inspired yesterday because there's somebody I follow on Instagram, and I talked about her the other day. She's actually, her name is the Caregiver with a K because her name is Karen, and she is married to a man who, like, I think he's almost the same age as you, has very similar type of ALS in terms of how it's shown up for him. And she asked in her stories, they asked in the stories, like, if you have any questions about anything, let us know. And I thought, wow, that's really cool. Would you be open to getting questions asked? Either in the comments, or if you're listening to the podcast, you can always email us, post the comments on YouTube. There's multiple places.
Yeah.
You'd be open to that, right? Because
I mean,
I thought, then I saw some of the
what
questions. You're incredibly open. I just want to make sure, you're cool with it. But
No,
I saw some of the questions she was getting asked. And again, because yesterday you were talking about voice banking, and you were talking, it's like these subjects that otherwise, few people are talking about like that. So I thought, if there are any questions that anybody has as you're watching this, listening to this, for Jules or for me and my end of the spectrum, then absolutely feel free to ask us.
Yeah.
Or also about entrepreneurship, about the podcast, about equipment, like anything goes.
Then we're just going to go throw all the questions.
Well,
no, I don't mind. I'm saying
this
that's fine.
This is who we be. We are a multi-dimensional,
this is who we be.
multi-passionate couple.
Yes.
And this is a couple shift.
Yes. Hey, so we have a big birthday coming up too.
We do.
Oh,
we do.
So what's the plan finally? Or is it going to be the carving? Where?
The carving.
Are we gonna do the pumpkin carving too the same day, or no? Is that something different?
No, that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Our son's Skyler's birthday's coming up.
Yes, Skyler is gonna be 4 on October 21st.
4.
Our little Libra baby.
14.
And my goodness, go back 4 years and remember that time in our lives.
Okay, actually,
right about now, I was laying in bed at your mom's house with a massive belly. I will quote what the doctor said. He said, "You're carrying the equivalent of a twin belly." Not twins.
Lots of water.
I had something that affects 1% of pregnancies, which is basically like there's an overabundance of amniotic fluid.
He had a freaking Olympic-sized pool of swimming.
Basically. And so this is, again, something that affects 1% of pregnancies. So that's what contributed to my uterus getting like pummeled for the last 2 months, which is why I had to be on strict 24-hour bed rest. And it was a fun time. So right about now I was, and by the way, I was in pain 24 hours.
If that wasn't evident
7 days a week.
Yeah, she was not
like
feeling good.
In pain. I had a fibroid that has since been I've since had surgery on, but I had a fibroid, and its positioning and everything basically caused my uterus to be, the doctor would call it, it's like your uterus is stressed out.
Yeah.
And thankfully my cervix was such a champ that she was like, this baby is not going anywhere, because my uterus was like, I don't know what to do, which is why I was having contractions for the last 2 months. And we had a couple of scares.
Yes.
And because of that fibroid and the positioning, I was in pain for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 2 months, like excruciating pain. I had to take these, pretty serious meds that were like, are we really doing this?
Yeah.
And the doctors were like,
yeah.
we can't, like, we've got to, we either do this or you're going to have the baby.
Yeah.
And so
yeah, it was
we had to
time.
keep him in. The goal was to keep him in for 38 weeks.
Yeah. Let him cook a little bit more.
And then we had a scheduled C-section on the 21st.
Wasn't
he
it
was
36
born at
weeks?
3:18 p.m.
Why does the number 36 always? I think it was 36 weeks.
Was it?
We
really?
decided the 21st. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that, but I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
36.
I thought it was 36
because that
weeks.
would be like 39 weeks is full term.
Right.
Maybe 37. It was 2 weeks before.
Okay.
He would have been due on November 4th. Was our original
That's the
due
9
date.
month.
That would have been the full cook.
Yeah.
The full cook term.
He was still a pretty big boy too. What was it, 7.5 pounds or something around there?
Something
like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, fun stuff.
But hey, it was a beautiful day. I really.
I want to go back a little
enjoyed the
further than
pregnancy.
that. Before you were pregnant, when we still had our single
Oh wow.
party lives, where we got to experience
Because we
different
partied
things.
so hard.
Well, I mean, we did some interesting stuff. Like when we went to Vegas for one of your events when you were with Telemundo, the Promax, and we went hiking, and then there was the other time where we went to
Notice how our partying involves hiking.
Yeah, but still, was it Joshua Tree?
Oh yeah.
Was it the place that
Yeah.
we were climbing on top of those rocks? So I have this. So one of my conversations I had yesterday, it was with Jane, and she was asking like, "Oh, can you go outside and like put your feet on the ground to like just to feel the earth,
Ground
or whatever,
yourself, yeah.
to ground myself?" And I'm like, "Not really," because it was raining and it was late or whatever. And she's like, "Just take yourself to a place that you remember," and that comes up to me, and I had this clear image of us, and we gotta find that picture because was it Joshua Tree? That we were on top of those big boulders, like really high up.
Yeah, because we also did the Grand Canyon, but that was
No.
different. Those pictures are incredible.
It definitely wasn't Grand Canyon.
But I'm pretty sure it was Joshua Tree. On top of that massive, like the really big one.
Massive boulders, and then we climbed up them, and then we were on top of them. We actually took a couple pictures.
Yes.
I gotta find those pictures.
Oh yeah.
But to me, I was like, that was a completely different world. A different universe of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I just got chills.
We have changed so much. Our lives have changed so much since that time. Our views of the world are in general, just everything has changed. But it was it was a place that if you guys ever get a chance to go out there, it's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
The Rainbow Basin was really cool too.
Yes.
Where you saw all the different layers of rocks and all the colors, and it's the name Rainbow Basin.
I know.
And not to mention driving in dirt roads. That was fun.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a sign out there that said no shooting or be careful, or there was something? There was a weird sign.
Oh,
We
I
have
don't
a
remember
picture.
that one.
We have a
Oh
picture.
yeah.
Yes, we have a picture
Oh,
of the sign.
we gotta go back down memory lane.
And it's
with those
just like
pictures.
the most random sign that you see out there in the middle of nowhere, and it's like, okay, I won't do that. I guess it was very.
Yeah, we've had some pretty epic adventures, and
We
then
have.
in Joshua Tree we stayed at this place called Hicksville.
Oh, Hicksville, man, that
Bear
was
with
cool.
me. And it's basically this guy who reclaimed all of these trailers, and it's this
themed
trailers. So it's right now I think he has like 8 or 10 of these. And it's it's the kind of place where I found it in this random blog post that said things to do in Joshua Tree. I found them, and you book, and they don't even tell you the location of where you're going until like 2 days before. And they don't allow you to post anything in social, like you can post on social media, but you can't tag the location because they
Right.
don't want anybody to know where it is unless you book. It's
It was really
cool how they have it like this nestled in this secret location
in the middle of the desert.
in the middle of the desert, and it had a pool and I mean the sky at night. I mean,
It was a very tiny pool. It had a jacuzzi. Remember, it had a jacuzzi
Yeah.
in the
and there was a barbecue, and
the
so you bring
barbecue.
your own food, you bring all your stuff, and then you basically, have this like little community experience with everybody else who's staying there.
right. And I think only one person was staying there when we were there.
Yeah, I
It was a
remember
couple, and
there was
they were doing all of them because I think they were trying to collect.
yeah.
Because they give postcards of each one, I guess, when you stay at it, something like that. Is that
No,
right, or
no, but they just wanted to stay in them. I don't
Right.
remember them giving. We have like a postcard
We have
from
a,
the place
a general
that
postcard for it. Yeah,
I have.
but it was a really
downstairs.
cool place, and the thing is, you didn't do anything during the day because it was like 115 degrees,
Oh my gosh,
and we were dying,
oppressive,
like
oppressive.
dying because the AC.
This was in the summer, by the way.
Yeah.
Joshua Tree in the summer is no joke, and the reason why we
Yeah.
did it is because again it coincided with a work trip.
So
So
it was a work trip.
we would go to California to do my thing, or Vegas to do the thing, and then we would drive. We drove to Joshua Tree. So that's why that was the timing. We just took advantage of it.
Uh-huh.
But I remember at one point I took a picture of my phone. It was 107 degrees.
Yes, so we were
I
inside.
have a screenshot of it.
We were
It
inside
was-
the cabin because
this is-
going outside was like, no, that can't happen.
Yeah.
And then in the afternoon, you can shoot bows and arrows and do stuff
Yes.
outside.
Yes. And of course we
play
went
darts.
hiking.
Went hiking.
And then at night, babe, tell them about
And
the
then at night,
time.
which was amazing. And also the temperature was what, like 70
Mm-hmm.
degrees, maybe high 60s, 70s.
Mhm.
Such a drastic difference from during the day. But the most amazing thing is looking at the stars at night because you can see the Milky Way really clearly. You just saw thousands and thousands and thousands of stars. It was amazing. It was beautiful.
I just have this
Beautiful.
memory of us laying on these lounge chairs side by side, looking up at the stars, literally seeing, because we were there for hours, like the Milky Way, like shifting before, like, like shifting. Like actually,
yeah.
I mean, to go back in that moment. And you're right. It feels like a different.
It's a different age. It was a different. We were
Yeah.
different people. It was a different. I mean, I'm sure people that have kids, they all say the same thing. It's like, yeah, we were different when we didn't have our kids. You know what I mean?
It's like when people say, you better enjoy it now.
Enjoy
it
it
while
now.
it lasts.
It's-
And you're like, oh, whatever. And then it's like, oh,
stupid cliche,
I
but
get
it's
it now.
yeah, it's true. Unfortunately, but it was a great experience. I'm so glad we got to do those kinds of experiences.
Oh, yeah.
When we did,
And we'll have more.
we'll have more, and they're different, but
We'll have more.
absolutely.
They shift, but it's like you got to shift with it and then go. But here's the thing: in order to have those experiences,
Here's the deal.
here's the deal: you got to make them happen, and you can't just sit there and be like,
Can't expect them to come to you.
like I looked for this place, and and we took a chance on it.
Yes.
And you trust all my shenanigans.
I do trust
so
your shenanigans.
Then
because I
my
just don't have-
shenanigans pay off.
I don't got the balls to do that kind of shit.
No, you don't.
No, I really don't.
But I have the ovaries. Why? Because feminine rising.
There it is, because the patriarchy, and it's ruined America.
Forget America. I'm talking about
It's
big
ruined
picture.
the world. No, I'm joking.
The heck? What the heck? What the heck? Ooh.
Ah!
Enrique was watching for a microsecond.
For a microsecond.
And then he
Because he's so busy.
and then he
So
clicked off.
busy doing what?
And then he clicked off. Okay.
Looking at his koi fish.
How are we doing on time, my love?
Oh, we're almost up.
Okay.
We can wrap it up. On last thoughts.
Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Final thoughts.
Give me one thing. What do you expect out of today? I think that's a good question. What do you expect out of getting done today?
I'm excited because it's at 2:00. I have a Goddess Jam Sessions panel with
Goddess Jam
the Spark
Sessions.
Sisters. It sounds like a girl band. These are some of the women that have
Aren't they
been my
not? Aren't they a
clients.
girl band? It's
Pretty
just not
much.
music?
We
I was
are
just
a
gonna
girl
say.
band.
Yeah.
And they are a group of incredible women who I've had the privilege of coaching, and some of them I'm still working with. And so I'm going to have them on Goddess Jam Sessions, and we're going to talk about,
Am I producing this?
I would love for you to produce it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's at 2
it's
though.
a 2.
2 to
So
what?
Well, this one might be
Might be
longer
long.
because it's 8 of them. So this is going to be an hour probably.
Dude,
so
I don't know if
I don't know if we can do that.
I can set you up, but then you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it, and then you're gonna yell at me
Oh.
because she yells
Bring
at
out
me
all the violins.
all the time. Somebody help me!
So I'm really, really excited about that, and I'm
Yeah.
excited about.
About what?
Um.
I just feel like this is to me, in a while. I say in a while, but it's really like 4 or 5 days. But I feel like I'm a little open to get some things done that I haven't thought about.
Yeah.
So the day is a little bit more open for me to do those
Mhm.
things and get those things taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that sounds like, well, doesn't sound fun. But I mean, if they're there and they got to get done, you got to get them done.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I look forward to finishing those things and being complete, right?
Being a man of completion.
A man of completion.
Yes.
A patriarch of completion. What?
God. No, you know what? You're getting way more in touch with your divine feminine, which is what every man should be doing right now.
All right, yeah.
The divine feminine has nothing to do with girly things.
I know.
It is the energy of creating,
Yes.
receiving,
Yes.
and you, my dear,
And completing.
are. And here's the thing: you are a much more evolved male. One of
Oh.
the more evolved males I've
Oh.
had the pleasure of interacting with
Is
in
that
my
because
life.
I don't have I didn't have wisdom teeth?
Probably.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Not only are you evolved in your mouth, but you are evolved in your way of being. Like from the moment I met you, you had this deeper sense of like grounded confidence about you. Again, not cockiness, but like
I want to clip that. Not only are you evolved in your mouth. Okay.
you are an evolved man, baby. Otherwise,
right.
we wouldn't be together.
Yeah,
I
this
would
is-
not. I remember what Tom told you the first time we met him as a couple. He said, "Listen, if you weren't an evolved man," he didn't use those words.
I know what you mean.
He said,
wouldn't have been-
a woman like this one would never be with you. And it has nothing to do with me being an amazing woman, which, you know, I am. But it has to do with how I see the world and how I would not have chosen for my partner, my lifetime partner,
Mm-hmm.
anybody who would not have somehow jived with my energy, because it wouldn't have worked.
Right.
And I've been with guys that did not jive with the energy, and it didn't work. And so
I hear you.
then you came along, and I was like, oh,
Swept you off your feet.
You totally did.
Well, I'm glad we're going to end it on that note because I want to end it where you're happy with me.
You know, you make it seem like I'm such.
No,
evil.
you're not evil.
I love you,
all
my
the
dear. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
I
You
love
swept
you.
me off my feet, and you do that every day.
Yes. Guys, as usual, make sure to rate, review, and subscribe.
Yes.
Love you, baby, again.
I love you, my darling.
And we'll see ya.
Bye, everyone. Love you.